It's another Gettin Real with Ashleydawn. And I want to talk to you about feelings. We all have them. Sometimes they can really jack us up. Sometimes we can just, get really hurt. And that's normal, and that's okay. Your ability to feel pain, your ability to feel heartbreak, your ability to feel sadness when something hurts you is a blessing. And I know that the world would tell you to harden your heart and don't let anything bother you, but I'm going to tell you the opposite. Let it bother you. Don't harden your heart. Let your heart be soft. When you get hurt, cry. Deal with it. And then breathe and realize that your ability to cry and your ability to feel just means that you have a really big heart and you're a really good person. And sometimes people are going to hurt us. Sometimes we'll care about people that don't care about us. Sometimes we'll love people that don't love us. Sometimes we will have the best intentions for people that really don't have intentions for us at all. Or maybe they have bad intentions, who knows? Feelings are normal. It's okay to feel sad when somebody leaves you out. They don't invite you. When you see maybe a post on social media and you're like, man, I would have liked to go to that party. All my friends are there, but I wasn't invited. I've been there. Some of my girls that I taught have had parties and I haven't been invited. And at different times I've let it hurt. And then I've just kind of had to realize, like, maybe they didn't have a big guest list, or maybe they did and they just forgot. Believe the best in them. Cry if you need to. And then move on. It's okay to cry. It's okay to feel sad when you get your feelings hurt. But don't stay there. Don't allow sadness to completely color your entire life. Yes, you can feel. And yes, you can be sad. And yes, you can go through all the spectrum of feelings. But try not to take everything personal. I know it's easier said than done. I really struggle with that. When I get my feelings hurt, when somebody doesn't invite me, when somebody does something to me, when somebody doesn't call me, or somebody doesn't text me, or I pour into them more than they pour into me, it can easily hurt my feelings. And I have to smile and say, God, thank you that I have feelings. Thank you that I have emotions. Thank you that you have built me with an ability to care for people beyond myself. Thank you for that. Help me learn through this. Help me learn through the pain. Help me learn through the feelings. Help me learn through the emotions. Help me to understand that these emotions that you gave me are there for a purpose. That Jesus had all the emotions that I have. That he got sad. That he felt left out. He got his feelings hurt. He loved people that didn't love him. He came to a world to lay his life down for people that didn't even accept him. It says in the Bible, if they hate you, just remember they hated me first. If they're mean to you, just remember they were mean to me first. He's saying that not to discredit your feelings, not to discredit, what you're going through, but to say, hey, I've been there too. You're not alone. I understand. I understand where you're coming from. I understand what you're going through. And trust me, it is so stinking hard. I was just talking to my mom, and there's something going on in my life right now that is just emotional, and it hurts. And I find myself with all these emotions, and sometimes I don't know what to do with them. And we were just talking, and I think it's healthy for me to process them. I think it's healthy for me to go through them. And then I think it's healthy to move on from them and to say, you know what, Ashleydawn, you have been built with such amazing capacity to love. And it's okay that sometimes you get hurt in that. It's okay that sometimes people let you down. Maybe friends let you down. It's okay. But don't stay there. Don't let that sadness color your life. Get up, dust your shoulders off, and go have fun. And no, don't avoid it. Obviously you need to deal with it. But don't sit at your house and stew over it and think about it and go over it over and over and over again. It is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. And sometimes things happen and they hurt us and they make us feel all kinds of ways. But I told my mom, sometimes the things that happen to us is like ripping a Band-Aid off. Like, it's necessary, and at first it hurts a lot, but once it's off, it's not going to hurt anymore, or not as badly, right? It's going to let some oxygen get to that wound so it can heal. Some of us need to rip the Band-Aid off and let the wounds heal. That's where I am right now with a situation that at the moment I am not comfortable talking about because it's still fresh and I'm still kind of hurting from it. But in time I will talk about it and I'll share my experience, and I hope that in time it'll encourage somebody. But right now it's still fresh, and I could cry right now, but I'm not going to because I already did. But I know that God is good, and I know that God is faithful, and I know that these feelings that He put inside of me are there on purpose. And your feelings that you have are there on purpose too. So maybe instead of getting mad or getting frustrated, maybe spend some time thanking God for your feelings, thanking God that He understands feelings, that He understands what we go through, and spend some time really appreciating your ability to feel. Do you know that one of the injuries that is the most difficult to repair is nerve damage? Sometimes people get injured or they have accidents and they lose the ability to feel. Literally, like, their body parts go numb and they can't feel anything. And it's very easy to be in that, for bones to break, for you to break different things, because if you can't feel it, you could further hurt yourself. And that's just such an encouragement to me, because I think God hasn't allowed me to numb my heart, right? A lot of people numb their pain or their heart with drugs or with alcohol or with substances or with other things, maybe addictions. And I'm not trying to brag or anything, but God from a young age really showed me, like, you need to deal with them. Don't try to numb them, embrace them, go through them. And so I don't numb my pain. I feel it. I press into it. I push it. And it hurts. But I'm so thankful for the ability to hurt. And that sounds crazy, but I am. I'm thankful that I'm not numb. That the world hasn't made me so hard that I don't feel things. That my emotions, I'm not in touch with my emotions. God has allowed me to feel. Yes, I've been hurt lots of times, but God still allows me to feel. Don't let your heart get bitter. Don't go numb, right? Just like an injury. When you go numb and you can't feel anything, you can get hurt more. We think that if we, close ourselves off, that it's protecting us, but it's not protecting us. It's really hurting us more. When we numb ourselves, we are hurting ourselves more. Isn't that crazy to think about? I have several friends that have numbed themselves with alcohol. They just get drunk. They come home from work and they're just stressed out. They're going through a divorce and they're stressed out. They're going through some marriage problems and they're stressed out. They're, got some kid problems and they're stressed out, and they just drowned, literally, they drowned in booze. And it's destroyed their life. I have other friends that escape to pot and escape to other drugs. And I'm not, dogging pot. I know some people use it for medicinal reasons, and that's between you and Jesus. It's none of my business. But I will say that if you are under the influence of something that's controlling you, that's making you not feel life, maybe you should think about that and ask yourself if that's a good thing or not. If you are coping with pain by hurting yourself, I have several friends that harm themselves. You're hurting yourself more. Yeah, you may feel better for a minute. Yeah, you may feel like you have a sense of control, because you can control when you're hurting and you can control when you're not. Maybe in your head you feel like it's making things better, but I promise you it's not. Your feelings are there for a reason. Your emotions are there for a reason. It's a gift to feel. It's it's a gift to know what love feels like, to know what heartbreak feels like. And you're thinking, Ashleydawn, you're freaking crazy. Heartbreak is not a gift. It is, because it means that your heart has the ability to love and has the ability to receive love, right? It has the ability to love others, and it has the ability to receive love. I'm grateful that I know how to love people, because not everybody does. Some people are so turned off to love. They're so hurt by love. They're so numb to love that they don't know how to love people. They don't know how to love themselves, and they don't know how to love people. I'm thankful that I do know how to love myself, and I do know how to love people. And sometimes my feelings get hurt, and that's okay. They're allowed to get hurt. Your feelings are allowed to get hurt. And you feeling them, you feeling what you're going through is important and is special, and it's necessary. You're allowed to feel. You're allowed to be emotional. But don't let that color your life. Don't let sadness be the only soundtrack that you hear. Hear some love, hear some kindness, hear some beauty. Go out. Surround yourself with people that love you. If you're going through a heartbreak, surround yourself with people that will encourage you and that will show you God's love. I have incredible friends, and when I've gone through different things, maybe a friend has, hurt me or done something that I really wish they wouldn't have, I have other friends that are there to remind me what love looks like, what friendship looks like. And I'm so grateful for that. Spend some time with a friend that is going to encourage you and is going to tell you how loved you are and is going to remind you how special you are. And that's going to remind you what it feels like to have joy and kindness. Spend some time with somebody like that. Your feelings are important. Your ability to feel pain is just as important as your ability to feel love. Pain is necessary. It helps you grow, right? In a gym setting, when you work out, your muscles hurt. But every time your muscles hurt, they grow. They build strength. They build endurance. Maybe the things you're feeling right now, although they hurt, maybe they're building you to be stronger, to be more sensitive, to be more compassionate, to have more love. Your feelings are a blessing, and I just want to encourage you. If you're hurting right now, if something in your life is hurting you, I posted something the other day, and it basically said, if you don't understand why someone is grieving for so long, consider yourself blessed that you haven't experienced that kind of pain. I have people that tell me all the time, Ashleydawn, your dad died, 3 years ago. Why are you so sad about it still? Why are you so hurt about it still? And I say very simply, because my dad is a part of my life every day. I'm not just going to forget him. I'm not just going to stop missing him. It's not just a thing to where you stop missing somebody just because they're not here and you're like, okay, I missed him for a year. I can be done now. I don't have to miss him anymore. I'm going to miss him for the rest of my life. He's my dad. He's my best friend. I'm allowed to miss him. I'm allowed to grieve. There's not a time limit on my grieving. There's not a time limit on how much I'm allowed to care about my dad. Nobody can tell me how much I'm allowed to love my dad, how much I'm allowed to hurt because he's not here anymore. So if you're grieving over something or you're hurting about something, don't let anybody make you feel like you're grieving for too long or you're hurting for too long. You are allowed to hurt. You are allowed to grieve. If somebody cut off your arm, you're not going to forget that a piece of your arm was cut off. You're going to remember it every time you look at your arm. It's going to hurt sometimes. There's like, I think they're called phantom pains or something, where it hurts. Some people can be like, well, why does it still hurt? It's cut off. They don't understand because they haven't been there. Your feelings sometimes aren't understood because people haven't walked where you've walked, because they haven't gone through what you've gone through. Your feelings are a blessing. Your ability to love, your ability to miss, your ability to hurt is a blessing. The moment that we look at that like that, the moment that we say, God, you know what? Thank you that you allow me to feel so deeply. It is a gift and it is a blessing. I'm thankful that I'm able to love. I'm thankful I'm able to hurt. I'm thankful I'm able to feel all these different things. I'm so thankful. Because some people have numbed themselves to the things of you. They've numbed themselves to your voice. They've numbed themselves to emotions and feelings. And I know that emotions and feelings are from you. God, help me never to numb myself. Help me to always feel everything that you have for me. Help me to always understand that these feelings are a gift and a blessing that you've trusted me with, that you've given to me, that you've blessed me with. Help me to never forget that. Help me to never take them for granted. Even when it hurts, even when I don't understand it, help me to be thankful and help me to never take anything that you have given me for granted. I hope this encouraged you. I hope it makes you feel less alone. Your feelings are valid. The pain that you're feeling is valid. It's not going to be like this forever. I promise. Your ability to feel is a blessing. If you want somebody to talk to, I'm always here. I love you, but more importantly, God loves you. I'll catch you in the next one. Oh, you are seen, celebrated, and loved, if I didn't tell you already. I'll catch you in the next one.